now, preview time.
Busy you, in and out of doors every day. Think how much dust and dirt settle on your skin. And makeup clings to your skin, too, and clogs pores. That's why your face needs a thorough cleansing each day. And that's why cleansing tests were made by an independent testing laboratory. This same kind of dirt was made just radioactive enough to register on a Geiger counter. Leading cleansing creams, complexion soaps. For particulars of this Geiger counter story, write for this test booklet.
These eye-appealing products are manufactured. Convenience and quality have helped build the consumer's acceptance of these various.
Look into my eyes. I'm going to hypnotize you. Yes, you. Right now. No, don't look away. Look into my eyes. Relax. You want to smoke. You want a smoke that will make your mouth taste fresh. There is such a smoke.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
Tens of thousands of doctors in all branches of medicine, in all parts of the country, were asked that question. The brand named most was Camel.
Smoke Camels, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
Enjoy a drink with your friends in our Hollywood bar.
This contemporary home shows how modern asbestos materials can be adapted to any style or design. Notice how the asbestos cement sidewalls help add dignity and charm.
Oh, it is attractive.
Yes, and it'll stay that way, too.
I think I'll probably be the spaceship to the moon dictating robots to robots. Or else I may be, I don't know, in charge of a robot court, judging some robots. Or I may be at the funeral of a computer. Or if something's gone wrong with their nuclear bombs, I may be sort of coming back from hunting in a cave.
Well, what I sort of...
I don't like the idea of sort of getting out and finding you've got a cabbage pill to eat for breakfast or something.
Oh, I think all these atomic bombs will be dropping around the place. And one will get near the centre, because it will sort of make a huge, great big crater, and then the world will just melt, and the world will become one vast atomic explosion.
Some man
will become like
get the atomic bomb
stars
and just blow the world into oblivion.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ, who can work computers and such things. And other people are just not going to have jobs. There just aren't going to be jobs for them to have.
Well, I think that it'll be so overpopulated. There'll all be wars, all nuclear explosions and everything. It'll make the Earth, too much radiation on it. It'll become too hot to live on. I think that there'll be no life at all, really, on the Earth.
I don't think there is going to be atomic warfare, but I think that there is going to be all this automation
People are going to be out of work and a great population. And I think something has to be done about it. If I wasn't a biologist, that's what I'd like to do something about the population problem. Try and sort of temper it somehow. I don't know how.
I think it'll be very dull, and people will all be squashed together so much there won't be any fun or anything. And people will be rationed the amount of things they can have, because if they had too many things it would just squash their houses and there just wouldn't be room for them.
They're not going to have so many square houses, you know, more curves and artistic designs instead of just sort of boxes like they've got nowadays.
Wouldn't be able to live in ordinary houses because that would take up too much room. It'd have to be in flats, piled on top of one another, like that. And the houses would be rather small, and everything would be cramped up, very cramped. Animals as they have here, sheep and cows and livestock, but they'll be kept in batteries. They won't be allowed to graze on pastures. They'll be kept in buildings all together, all in one big building and artificially reared, so they'll yield a larger, be bigger and give more food.
In any disaster, your livestock need protection too. In case of nuclear attack, radiation is as dangerous to animals as it is to people. A good animal shelter is a 2-story basement-type barn with a hay-filled loft. You can get better protection by piling hay along the sides of the building. This gives more shielding, and shielding cuts the radiation danger.
All the Sputniks and everything that are going up sort of interferes with the weather. And I think the sea may rise and will sort of cover some of England. And there'll be just islands left from like only the Highlands in Scotland and some of the big hills in England and Wales. I don't think all England will be wiped out because some of it will be too high. I think the sea will rise to about 300 to 600 feet.
Everyone was prepared. It had to be that way because Americans lived in dangerous times.
Quietly looking to the future when the space shuttle will actually begin working in space.
It might freeze because the sun, I think, will probably burn out. And there's an ice cap coming down from the North Pole. I think it'll cover the Earth. It might have another ice age.
And I don't think there's anything to be frightened of, and a lot of people think it's going to explode, but I'm certain it won't.
I think it'll be much more efficient, because there'll be more cures for the diseases, and not so many people will get sick.
Methods of handling groceries and customers may vary from store to store, but the basic objectives are the same.
I'm not looking forward to living in that year, about 50 years' time. I mean, the world seems to be in such a terrible state now, let alone in 50 years' time.
And the black people, you know, won't be sort of separate. They'll be all mixed in with the white people. And, you know, the poor people and rich people will become the same. Well, they will be poor and richer, but they won't sort of look down on each other.
You've seen many things happen, change in your day, Mr. King?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We live in a world of change. The trees are just the same as they were when I was a boy, only larger. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But when I was a boy, we didn't have the telegraph, and we didn't have the telephone, of course, nor the electric lights, nor any of these other things which have come up to bother us and help us. The good old days were pretty good, Don't you boys think that you're living in just the best time in the world's history? It's first rate, but it's no better than our fathers had, and I don't believe it's very much better than our grandchildren.
You can't please all the people all the time, but we hope we'll please most of you most of the time. Anyway, see you soon.